I healed the whole universe. That's how I felt. I had an experience, but you were all with me, all all living everything that ever existed in the whole wild universe was me. I died. The intention I had, I'm gonna bury my old self, was what I did. I died. I'm gonna have this in my memory, remembering, okay, remember who you are. And now I have the courage to show that to the world and to myself, to live the life I want to be. I want to be free. I don't want to feel like, oh, what should other people think about me? You know, it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, I'm the universe. I am unconditional. But anyways, so we tried again, and I inhaled. This time I really had zero expectations. I was like, I think my body's too tired or whatever now. And I was so happy and thankful for the experience I already had. And that thing, in that point, I think that's where the magic happened, because it was like started with the love and bliss, who I am, unconditional love. But now I went down to where I had to face too. And that was, I guess, like dying, the ego death. Words can never, ever even close describe what I was going through. I was dying. I don't know, I never had a near-death experience, but I was dying. This was death. And I was everything. I was universe. And I realized that I'm everything. It's only me here. We're like one, all of us. And that was so scary too, because I could get a thought, I'm losing control. What's happening? I'm losing control. I just wanted to like, and then I had to let go, you know, because I knew I was dying, and that was not like the physical death that doesn't even exist, by the way, but no, it was my ego, the things I thought was me that was dying. My trauma I associated myself with, my body, like my thoughts, like that was never me, and I had to experience that. And I went to a place where there's no good and bad, it just is. It was terrifying at the same time. And I could feel my daughter, but it was like she was not my daughter, she was me. I was her and she was me, all the people in the room. And they say that when you do this kind of experience, you heal back in time 7 generations and 7 generations in the future. But I felt like, no, that's not enough. I healed the whole universe. That's how I felt. I had an experience, but you were all with me, all living everything that ever existed in the whole wild universe was me. And I made sounds that I never heard myself doing before. Oh, I had like weird stuff going on. I laughed a little bit, but I also cried a lot. It was the remembrance that I hear the same song that I used to hear. I think when I was in the experience, I hear the song now. When I was in the experience, I heard the song. And I don't know, I died. The intention I had, I'm gonna bury my old self, was what I did. I died. But I'm here now, in the physical body, and I know that I have a purpose here. And maybe this is a start now, because I could also see the abuse I've been through in my family, for example, or like, yeah. I could almost see it like as a blessing, you know, because if I were not experience those traumas, I would never be here. I had to go through that to experience this. And the person that I think have hurted me the most in this lifetime, I felt so much, you know, I always feel so close to him, you know, like soul. But from a human perspective, he did the most hideous thing you can do to a child, from a human perspective. But from a bigger perspective, he actually, we must have had this contract together that he was about to hurt me so much. Like, that was his role in this lifetime. He was supposed to play the villain for me. It's almost like a favor. It sounds so fucking weird. But for me to experience the trauma that took me here, to like be able to transmute that to like oneness and unconditional love, it's like I didn't know that was possible. So and when I came out from the experience, I felt empty in the beginning. It was not this bliss. I just laughed all the time. I did that too, but then I felt empty, and I was like, it feels like something really like died almost. And then after this experience, when I was about to go to bed, I lay down and tried to sleep. It was super ridiculous. Like, what? I'm gonna sleep now after this? I could like, but I was so exhausted. So I had to try it. I was like, and then I had a lot of those vivid, pictures and colors, and like it's almost like a movie you see before you go to bed. I think a lot of people have that too. But no, it was so vivid, and I saw myself. It was not myself. I saw my sister. I was my sister going to the bathroom, opening the door that has the same like floor as this pattern I have on my pants. And I was like, what? Am I my sister now? Like, can I just be normal now? I need to go to bed. That's how I felt. But yeah, this is just like the day after, so I guess it's gonna be an integration phase for me, and it's probably gonna be quite tough. But what I experienced was so tough that I think if I may like stumble on like anxiety, or there's gonna come up fear probably now, but I think I'm gonna surrender, because I know it's not the truth. It's just the ego who dies, layers of this onion. And I'm ready. I guess I waited a couple of years. I was afraid before. Didn't try any psychedelic, and then I tried the most profound, like I don't know, most strongest one, and I guess that was just it's just a celebration to life. Like we're all unconditional love, but we have forgot about it, and I got to experience how it is to be that, and to be one with everything and with everyone. And when I go back now to my like human experience, because I have a purpose here, we're here in 3D to do something, of course. But when I stumble on problems, or when I have like some kind of issue that I'm gonna face, anxiety is gonna come up or something, I'm gonna have this in my memory, remembering, okay, remember who you are. And I hope that more people on Earth is gonna experience this. I'm quite sure they're gonna. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, this is what I try to explain now to you guys in words, because the words are, it's impossible to describe it. I think that, I died. And it was good death, because now the day after I feel like more of myself. I feel like I've always been giggling, goofy person. Before I felt like I've always been a people pleaser, because of the trauma and shit, you adapt to survive. And almost a little bit, I grew up in Sweden, we have something called jantelagen. It's like the worst hideous thing. You should never think that you're someone, and if you're doing something great, you cannot tell that to others, because you're gonna come up from like you're cocky or something. And so I felt like, oh, hey, universe, I'm sorry that I exist. I am the fucking universe. And I was like, okay, this is my new me. And I this goofiness I have, this inner child, is coming up even more now. And now I have the courage to show that to the world and to myself, to live the life I want to be. I want to be free. I don't want to feel like, oh, what should other people think about me? You know, it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, I'm the universe. I am unconditional. You know? Yeah, it's fucked up. And yeah, I'm not afraid anymore. It's kind of probably come up a lot of things, but I feel like it's just a peace. And also I see better now. I don't need to wear my glasses. I know everyone has different experience, but that was the first thing from the first Bufo experience I had, where I felt this bliss, this joy and laughter. I went outside looking at the mountains. It's beautiful red rocks here in Arizona. And I was like, what? How can I see so clear everything? I heard that could happen, but I never thought that would happen. I thought like I don't have, yeah, I usually don't wear glasses so often because, yeah, I can see quite okay. But this is so much clearer, like really far distance I can see. So much clearer now. That's also one thing I just forgot about actually. So yeah, that was my on one day experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.